Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. And did you notice that Blizzard actually gave us already some news about the upcoming Twist season? The February Twist season Twist is coming back. I already for a while thought that, hey, is Twist even coming back? But yes, it is. News about Twist's February season was dumped at the end of the Blizzard's press release, and some websites post the press release verbatim, so a number of websites made news about this, but it's not news on the Blizzard website. So, what does Blizzard tell us about the February season of Twist? Here is the relevant section of the press release. These are Blizzard's words. Get excited for a new Twist. The February season of Twist mode, starting February 1st, adds challenge by limiting your deck building to common cards only. Includes all expansions through Year of the Dragon and core cards. Discover new ways to stump your opponents without the power of rare, epic and legendary cards. So yeah, Pauper. Pauper is the word that Magic the Gathering uses for this. It's only common cards, and that's coming to Hearthstone in February. That's really interesting format. I generally do love that format. It's really inexpensive to get started with, and it gives some new strategies. Although I do wonder how complex these strategies will be. Because let's look at the card pool. So it includes cards through Year of the Dragon as well as the core set. Year of the Dragon ended in April 2020 with the release of the Demon Hunter Initiate set. Demon Hunter Initiate set was considered part of the Year of the Dragon, although I don't think it's going to be considered here because Ashes of Outland is not here. So I expect this to be without Demon Hunter and without Death Knight. And none of the cards available here are in the standard format either, apart from the core set cards. The full expansions, the last expansions included in this Twist format for Year of the Dragon were Rise of Shadows, Saviors of Uldum and Descent of Dragons. But note that there are no rare cards, no epic cards, no legendary cards, so no Galagrond for example, even though Descent of Dragons was all about that Galagrond. There are some common invoke cards, but no Galagronds to be invoked. So what is there? The first thing that comes to mind is Shaman. Yeah, Tunnel Trog, Totem Golem and Flame Red Faceless are all common cards, and they are all available in the card pool of the new Twist format, so expect to get Tunnel Trogged a bunch. Because there's very little hard removal in this format, and there's very little big payoff cards, so expect it to be minion based, I expect it to be quite fast. I do expect it to be a little bit snowbally, so that might be a downside, but hey, snowbally is exactly what Tunnel Trog does. And speaking of snowbally, the king of snowballs is also available, Undertaker. Whenever you summon a minion with death rattle, gain +1/+1. Undertaker Hunter maybe? I mean, Fire Bat is available, Haunted Creeper is available, Mad Scientist is available. Speaking of Mad Scientist, the secret pool is going to be a little weird in a Pauper format, because only common secrets are available. Hunter does not mind too much. Hunter has explosive traps. Hunter has snipes, for example. Yeah, you might see snipe played. But for example, Mage doesn't have counter spells, doesn't have ice blocks. Mage doesn't have any of its good secrets. So Mad Scientist, probably Secret Mage, looks a little iffy in this format. But Undertaker Hunter, so we have Tunnel Trog Shaman, we have Undertaker Hunter. We could potentially have some kind of Zoo Warlock, maybe with Darkshire Councilmen and Im Gang bosses and such stuff. There are some other potentially interesting commons as well, because we have stuff like Crime Street Outfitters, we have Evil Miscreants, we have Mech Warpers, we have ships, cannons, but obviously no Anchor or anything like that. And as for on the top end of things, we have stuff like Bone Mare, where I give a friendly minion +4/+4 and Taunt. Overall, as for the big minions, the format is lacking big game-ending minions. They just don't seem to exist in those quantities when it comes to just common cards. So we'll see if any kind of endgame strategy is available. Can you build like a deck with dragons, with just the common ones? Maybe you could. Some of the dragons got buffs with Caverns of Time, so maybe there's something that can be done there. But overall, Totem Shamans, 2 Warlocks, Undertaker Hunters, Hand Buff Paladins, Mech decks, Pirate decks, probably going to be quite board-based and pretty intense fights. The only thing I'm really worried about is whether it snowballs out of control, so then games will be very one-sided, because there's not that much removal available. Anyway, this is a format that has never really existed in Hearthstone before. I have made lots of budget decks, and especially for this era I built tons and tons of budget decks during this era. But I never built them with commons only. I always also had rares in them, and they were also always targeting decks that have legendary cards and such. So now it's a little bit different because the power level is obviously going to be lower, and maybe if you have some slower decks, then slower decks can succeed because they are also not targeting as high power level opponents. So maybe stuff like Bone Mare and things could become something for a top end. I really look forward to this. I really want to play this. I'm not sure how much longevity this will have. It's going to become apparent quite soon once we actually get to play the format. But playing with common cards, so able to play it reasonably cheaply and able to get some sweet synergies together. That's going to be interesting. So, alright, Twist. February Twist. Now a little bit less expensive, but all the cards are either corset or wild. There are no current standard commons in this format. So will people even take this opportunity up? People definitely did not want to craft their cards for other Twist formats that include wild cards. Now it's less expensive, but still, if you put together a deck of 30 common cards and none of them are from the corset, that's still going to set you back 1200 dust. So is that still too much? Do people have some of their common cards still? Yeah, there are tons of questions about Twist's future, but this format looks something that is going to be fun to try. I look forward to trying it out. I look forward to building a couple of decks for it, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, Twist coming back in February after all. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.